What to do with Tesla stock? The board just approved a 3-for-1 stock split. And you're wondering, Eric, should I run out and buy shares of Tesla? Should I wait for the stock split? When's the stock split even gonna happen? In this video today, I break it down for you. We're also gonna look at Tesla from a valuation perspective. The stock has rocketed 50% from the bottom. We're gonna look at the PE ratio, price to earnings. We're gonna look at price to sales ratio, historic price to sales ratio. I'm also gonna share some huge announcements from that board meeting last night. And then we're gonna look at a chart. I'm gonna look at some technical analysis. I'm gonna tell you if I think the stock is a buy now or not, and where the stock is headed next. Everything you need to know about the Tesla stock split is right here. You're gonna wanna see this one. Stay tuned. That intro's got me fired up here, guys. So here's Bloomberg. Tesla investors clear 3-for-1 stock split as shares rebound. What does this mean for us as investors? Well, first off, what is a stock split, guys? A stock split, basically, let me simplify this the best I can. If you take a pizza and say you have a pizza and you cut it into 3 slices in this case, you still have one pizza. So you're not doing anything, you're not changing anything fundamentally with the company, but what you're doing is you're taking your 1 share and you're gonna get 3 shares for it. And so you ask, why would you even do that? What's the point of a stock split? Generally, what happens with a stock split is the stock has run up and they wanna make the stock more affordable for more investors. So when you think of retail investors, especially before we had fractional shares, retail investors are much likely to buy a stock at $300 in this case versus $900 where it's trading at today. Now, of course, today we have fractional shares, but not everybody has fractional shares or the ability to do fractional shares. And we also have international investors that don't have the ability to do fractional shares either. So it does solve that problem. There are some other reasons that a company would do a stock split, but what's important to know as an investor is that the company doesn't change fundamentally. You're not owning more shares of the company. You're just taking a pizza, cutting it into 3 slices, but it's still 1 pizza. And if you've been investing for a while, say you own Google shares before the stock split, you know what happens, right? You're gonna wake up one morning and your account's gonna have more shares. You're gonna be like, voila. Artificially, a lot of people believe, oh, okay, I own more of the company, but the reality is, guys, we don't. So what will happen when this stock split actually occurs is you're going to, for every 1 share of Tesla, you're gonna get 3 shares. So in other words, you're gonna get 2 extra shares, but it's worth the same amount. The other thing that a stock split does is it's going to create more availability for options. So when you think of options, you need 100 shares for 1 contract. So of course, it's a lot easier to get 100 shares at $300 versus $900. Now, some would argue that we should have maybe seen a 10 or a 20-for-1 stock split because it would have made more sense. What's interesting here is last night, they didn't tell us the date. So it says here, they did not immediately specify as to when the stock split will take effect. So subscribe to the channel. I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on this. Of course, the Nasdaq's up 20% in the month of July alone. Tesla's outperforming immensely with that 50% bounce from that May low. The market seems to be heading in the right direction. So basically you can take advantage of the momentum of the market. And you get a lot of retail investors that often flood in and traders that flood in when you get stock splits. So if you've been investing in Tesla for a while, you know this is the actual 2nd stock split in less than 2 years. The company had a 5-for-1 stock split in 2020 around the pandemic, prompting a 60% surge in the price. Now, if you remember in the channel, I made a video, why I'm buying $20,000 of Tesla stock, and I did it before the stock split. I didn't do it because of the stock split. I did it for fundamental reasons, but I thought the stock split could be a catalyst. Now that can happen again here, but again, remember, if you're buying a stock just because of a stock split, there's not really a fundamental reason as to why you're doing so. Owning the whole share, so a lot of times fractional shares, owning the whole share can be less complicated and more empowering, and these companies know that, said Kelly Cox, eToro US investment analyst. There's clearly an underlying desire in the market for any company to make its stock as accessible as possible, and so far investors have responded to that. Now, there was some really interesting news that came out of that meeting yesterday. Elon Musk suggests big Tesla factory expansion plans. You're gonna wanna see this. So here's another headline. Tesla is planning another factory in the USA. Elon Musk announced at the Tesla AGM means annual general meeting, that the company might announce the location for another factory in North America before the end of this year, 2022. In addition, we talked about the stock split already. Elon Musk explained at that event that Tesla reached the mark of 3 million electric cars produced last week and reiterated the goal of delivering around 1.5 million vehicles this year. In 2021, Tesla remained close to 6 figures in deliveries, so huge ramp up on this. Tesla's also sticking to its goal, this is big, producing 20 million cars annually in 2030. Think about that for 1 second. 20 million cars annually in 2030. That's only about 7 or 8 years from right now. This will require 9 to 12 factories. Well, I'm gonna show you the factories we have now and where we're at. 9 to 12 factories, that's a lot. You're talking about 9 to 12 factories doing 1 to 2 million cars per factory. Of course, right now there's 4 plants. They've got the Fremont, Shanghai, they've got the Germany, and they've got Austin, plus Gigafactory 1 in Nevada where batteries and components are produced, but no cars. So they really have 5 different locations right now, but they're gonna need 9 to 12 factories, maybe even more, to get to this 20 million cars annually by 2030. The factory offensive could begin in the USA. The location for another factory in North America could be announced this year, according to Musk, so stay tuned for that. Speculation here that it could be on the East Coast, which would allow Tesla to serve the West, the Central, and the East, which would make a lot of sense. All right, let's talk about valuation. Is Tesla stock a buy now or not? Right now it's trading pre-market $924.20. You can see here. You can see that the high on this was $1,243. This is back in November of 2021. It bottomed out May 24th at $620.57. PE ratio right now is 111.14. That's actually slightly higher than it was. They just reported earnings. Short interest on this, guys, 2.72%. You might be surprised that it's not higher. I think a lot of people are afraid to step in front of the moving train. Now, PE ratio is important. Of course, this company didn't always have a PE ratio. They're burning cash. They just got profitable, in the last couple of years, got into the S&P 500. You know the whole story. So Tesla price to sales ratio, PS ratio, right now it's 15.72. Why does that matter? Well, it's good, I think, to look at different metrics to see where the stock has been. Now, you can argue, of course, that the stock is a lot different. The company is a lot better positioned right now than it was back in 2018, 2019. A lot of people thought Tesla was going to go bankrupt back in 2018, 2019. But you can see it topped out here, 30 price to sales, January 26, 2021. You can see here, November 2nd, 2021, it was 28.33. So it has come down significantly at 15.72, but it is still pretty expensive, and it's bounced off the bottom here. May 24th, it was 11.43 on the price to sales ratio. So where's Tesla stock headed next? I'm gonna show you a chart. Before I do that, I need to announce that this video was sponsored by The Motley Fool. If you'd like to see the 10 best stocks to buy now, visit fool.com/firedupwealth. And if this video is helpful, guys, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, drop me a comment below. So where's the stock headed from here? So you can see it topped out here, $1,243 back in November of 2021. Now this run that we've just seen from the bottom down here at $620, that's a 50% bounce. So it got up here, started seeing resistance around $940 or so, trading at $921 now pre-market according to TradingView. So maybe it's gonna sell off a little bit on this news. Maybe the market will roll over. We've got some economic data coming out. What I'll tell you here, what you need to know, guys, first off, is that a stock split does not create any more value. You don't own any more shares. I had one person ask me if Tesla does a stock split, do they own shares of SpaceX? Do they own shares of the Boring Company? The answer is no. You own the same amount of Tesla as you did before. It's just in a different number of shares. So instead of having 1 share, you're gonna have 3 shares, okay? It doesn't change anything fundamentally. We talked about earlier why the stock might bounce around because of it. So if I look at this and say, do I want to buy the stock here at $921? Could the stock go higher? Absolutely. The answer is that the stock could always go higher. And I think with time that it probably will. If they get to 20 million vehicles by 2030, the stock's probably going to make you a lot of money. This R3 up here, you're talking $1,057. This R2 would be another resistance area. This is Fibonacci's pivot points. The R2 here is $963.87. So it's hard to say. I think it also will matter when we actually get the date of when the stock split's going to happen. We don't know when that is. So until it gets closer, the stock might not do anything off this news. It's kind of irrelevant right now. Everybody knew the stock split was pretty much going to get approved. I'm definitely bullish on Tesla. I like to keep an open mind. I think there's a lot of money to be made in EVs, solar, when you think of clean energy, green energy. I want to invite you guys to watch a video that I recently did on Lucid Motors. And you can check that video out. I've got a card here, an end screen card. Click that video and go watch that. It's one of the best videos I've ever done on YouTube. It's a 14-minute video or so, and it's got 35,000 views. People will really like that video. Go check that one out. I appreciate your time and attention. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.